It's Sandra. I'm live streaming again, but this time it's the next day. It's the next morning, so I thought I'd live stream in the middle of the night so I can get on with my t-shirt uploading when I wake up tomorrow. So welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality and all things to asexualize your life. I discuss quite a lot about asexual dating on this channel and relationships, and tell you all about my asexual life and what's happening in it in order to help you in your own asexual life and your own asexual journey. Hello, Michael. Nice to see you. Nice to see you up at this night. I had 4 live streams tomorrow, and now we're on the next day, Sunday. So you're getting a lot of me in 24 hours. So plenty of fish, right? Oh man, I just wanted, seriously, after a very short space of time, I just wanted to take my profile off there already. I've kept it on there for now, but seriously, I felt like hitting the delete button really quickly. So, So, oh, that's really funny. I've just got a notification that I'm now going live to myself. How the heck did that happen? It's yeah, same here because yeah, on Sunday because I'm in the UK like you are. So yeah, people think I'm in America actually. It's quite amusing. So plenty of fish update. Well, what can I say? So when I hadn't even finished going through all the questions. I did the psychology test in the end. If you watch my earlier videos, you'll know there's various tests on Plenty of Fish, which I found quite useful because they're free. So I thought even if I don't continue with the site, it's quite useful to have that feedback so you can see what type of person you are in relationships and what type of relationship would suit you and what qualities you look for. So that was quite interesting. So I did the psychology test, but before I'd even finished the psychology test, there was like 2 people already that messaged me on there. So I went to both the messages, and one of them is a younger foreign guy, 27, but he's Dutch, so he's not coloured skin. I really love coloured skin, as you know. He's Dutch and he's 27. He said he lived in Exeter, which is my city, but I found out later on that he lived in a place outside of my city. He doesn't actually live in my city, which means he'd have to get in Exeter by bus. So he's kept talking to me. I'll come back to him in a bit. And then there was another guy who kept messaging me. Of course, I told them I'm not interested in sex. I told both of these people. And the second person, you know, he kept messaging me, even though I told him that he wasn't what I was looking for. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he was older than me for a start. He's like 46, I think. So that is older than me anyway in birth certificate age, you know? And anyway, in the end, he goes, "Oh, I'm in the army. I hope you don't mind that. It's not a problem." I said, "Well, no, I don't want an army guy, and I want someone who lives near me. You don't even live near me." You know what I mean? He lived miles away up country somewhere. I don't even know where he lived. I'm like, oh, I'm not interested. So he gave up after that, thank goodness. And I have to tell you something hilarious. There was this other bloke, right, who messaged me. This is so funny. I couldn't wait to tell you this. And so he only said hi, and I said, "Oh, hi." I said, "I'm asexual. I'm not looking for sex. I'm just looking for romance." I said, "It seems that I said it looks like you're the type of person who needs sex. So I think you should go and find yourself a nice sexual girl. Good luck with that." And because I said he looks like the type of guy that needs sex, he immediately deleted his photograph or hid it. I think, well, I went to click on it. It said it's hidden. So I thought that was hilarious. So he must have really took to heart what I said, that his photograph makes him look like he's desperate for sex, basically. It was hilarious. I thought it was so funny. Literally, I'm like, oh my gosh, within seconds it's gone. And then I just found it hilarious because I don't see a point. I mean, he blatantly was a sexual guy. I can tell him just a mile off. I mean, on that site, it's pretty much all sexual. And like, there's loads of foreign guys on there, but they're nearly all looking for a non-committal relationship, you know, just a bit of fun. So basically, they're looking for sex. Don't want anything serious. just looking to date, nothing serious, nothing serious, nothing serious, nothing serious. It drives you blooming mad. Start raving bonkers. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh my goodness me. And so going back to this guy who lives just outside of my city, well, it's a little way outside actually. He's 27 and foreign. He liked me. I told him I'm asexual, but he obviously didn't get it in the beginning because I told him I don't like sex. I just like kissing and he's like, oh, that's okay. I'm not on here for sex. And I'm like, oh, well, that's good. And then he carried on talking to me. But I asked him what music he was into, and he didn't reply to that. And then he said, oh, I like the way you look. You look good. You're good looking, he said to me. You're good looking too, or something. I said, oh, thank you. And then he said, oh, I find your hair and eyes attractive. And I said, oh, thanks. I think the blue top reminds me of a Simpsons episode when Homer tries selling a tonic that raises libido to people and opens with, you look like I didn't quite catch all that, but it sounded funny, Michael. I couldn't read that fast enough. It flashes up in a message. I can't see it, unless it flashes up. But it was so funny. Yeah, it was really funny with that sexual guy. As soon as I said you look like you got a type of guy who needs sex. It's pretty funny. So with this guy anyway that lives outside of my city, like not far away, this Dutch guy, yeah, he said, oh, I find your hair and eyes attractive. I said, oh, I think the blue in the in what I'm wearing brings out my hoodie. It brings out my blue colour in my eyes. So that was really funny. Yeah, and so then he said to me, oh, and I told him, I said, I'm on asexual date. I said, this, I don't normally come on a site like this. I said, because I don't like sex. And he goes, yeah, they're pretty much nearly all looking for sex on here. And so he confirmed with me, and I said, how long you've been out on this site? And he said, too long. So, because I got the impression that he was like a guy who really can't get anyone for a relationship. I worked that out quite quickly. Possibly it's to do in part with the fact he does look different. I mean, he's not the typical guy that loads of women would go for. But he's 27. I have to tell you, he looks about 20, 19 or 20. He looks really young. I mean, incredibly young. He's 27, but he definitely so young, like a teenager pretty much. It's like, oh my gosh. Like, even I think he looks really young. And I don't usually think that young guys look that young, if you know what I mean. But even I thought, so he's not the type of guy that most women go for, because he doesn't look like a guy. He looks like a boy, even though he's 27. Do you know what I mean? He looks really, really young, incredibly young, and he's got a very boyish face, which I actually like a boyish face. I don't like a manly guy. I like a boy-looking guy. So from that point of view, I liked his hair, but other than that, he's not really, his face is not bad, and his hair's nice because it's spiky, and I like spiky hair, but I'm used to darker hair. I prefer darker brown hair usually. And obviously, I love coloured skin. He hasn't got coloured skin. And I don't know if I could kiss someone who doesn't have coloured skin, because I'm kind of used to foreign guys with coloured skin. I know that sounds really weird because I'm white British and I used to be with white British guys for years, but I just kind of not really attracted to them anymore. But he's not British, which does help. He's still white in colour. So that just kind of really, I don't know if I can be attracted to a pasty face. I know that sounds really weird because I got a pasty face. Apart from when I'm blushing, but yeah, it just, I don't know. I found it difficult, and he's not skinny either, which I think loads of women look for a sort of fit masculine body. I'm not into masculine bodies, but I do like a skinny guy. Really, I prefer skinny guys just because I like a skinny look, which a lot of women don't go for skinny anyway. They go for like lean and whatever, 6-pack, which doesn't interest me whatsoever. But, this guy, when I said how long, I gathered he'd been on the site for a long time, because I think he probably talks to lots of women. And I just think, when they enter the site, I just think they're not interested in a lot of them. But I carry on talking to him. And then I said about, I'm on asexual. I don't usually come on sites like this, but I'm usually I've been on asexual dating sites for quite a while. And he's like, asexual dating site? So I did try and tell him earlier on. I'm sure I mentioned before that I was asexual to him, but I obviously didn't really understand. And then I said, oh yeah, asexual means that I lack sexual attraction, meaning I don't get the need, urge, or want to have sex ever. Even if I really love the person, even if I kiss them a lot, I just don't get that. And he goes, oh, what? So you don't ever want sex ever? And I said, no, I find it disgusting. I hate it. I think, no, I didn't use the word disgusting. I said, oh, I hate it. I said to him. And then he came back with, oh, well, I'd still be interested in you if you did, even if you didn't have sex. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. And then he said, but so long as you don't mind about age. He said that to me. And I said, well, actually, I prefer a younger foreign guy. I prefer a guy who's younger. That's what I'm looking for, a foreign guy. But I said, and then he turned around and said to me, so am I okay for you then? Like, I was just going to go and be in a relationship with him straight away. I'm like, my God. You know, I've only gone on Plenty of Fish like a few hours ago, and already he wants me to be what sounded like he wanted to be my boyfriend. I'm like, well, I'd have to get to know you first. And I said, you know, and to be honest, I usually go for guys with coloured skin, who are, you know, I said I do like guys who are younger and foreign in their 20s. I said, you know, but I usually go for coloured skin. I actually usually go for Indian guys, I said to him. And I said, and there's other things I look for as well. And then he's like, well, what else do you look for? And I said, well, intelligence and, you know, someone who's into personal and professional development, someone who's creative and who has shared hobbies and interests, you know, shares some of the same ones. But I didn't reply after that because I was supposed to be doing t-shirt uploading, and one of my t-shirts that I tried to upload that I signed, because I was too busy messaging him, it went off and I had to start all over again because he didn't save my work. I was so cheesed off. So I thought I better stop messaging him. I was messaging him quite a bit backwards and forwards whilst trying to do my t-shirts, but tomorrow I just have to focus on the t-shirts really because I'm a bit behind, to say the least. But, you know, it's nice of him to talk to me, but I know in part it's because he can't really get a girlfriend, which I don't want to be that type of person that, because he can't get a girlfriend. But I do obviously think he's attracted to me too, because loads of foreign guys are anyway. And, you know, I'm not ugly, so I know you know, lots of guys find me attractive in my looks. So I don't think he's not telling the truth on that. But I just like, you know, it's kind of like I can tell he hasn't got a girlfriend, but in part, it's kind of like because a lot of women are after sex and he doesn't come across in his profile as a typical sexual guy. He's like, I'm a really sweet, kind, caring guy who's helpful and likes helping people. And I think that's really nice. I was attracted to his profile for that reason as well. I like that about him. But I know a lot of women wouldn't be after that. A lot of women like treating mean to keep them keen type thing. They like guys who are players, and I really don't like guys who are players. I can't be on, you know, bothered with the guys like that. But you know, when you go on there and it's like guys anywhere near my birth certificate age, I just look at them and want to throw up. Sorry, that sounds really bad, doesn't it? But I mean, it's like just look repulsive. It's like, I'm not interested in you. Just just go away. You're too old for me. And it's just like, you know, even on sites where there's loads of sexual guys, there's still a load of them that are ugly to me. Sorry, you know, I'm not saying they're ugly in and of themselves, but they're ugly to me. Like a lot of the asexual guys on Facebook, for example, they look ugly to me because they're not my type. They're probably very handsome for other people. You know, I'm not into beards. I'm not into facial hair. I think beards are ugly. So if a guy's got a beard on, then I can't help but not think he's that good looking because I think the beard's ugly. If he shaved his beard off, he'd be a lot better. You know, that goes for most guys. If they shave their facial hair off, I think they're a lot better because I don't like facial hair. I can't stand it. It's a bit gross. And that other guy that I saw earlier, the Greek guy that I was on about I think it was in the first video that I wanted to contact him. I couldn't contact him. I tried to message him. But when people upgrade, they can choose to like not receive messages from people that are not upgraded to. So it looked like he chose to do that. And some people will only speak to you if you've messaged like 300 words first. So anyway, I couldn't speak to him. But you can actually see who's viewed your profile on there, so they can see if I viewed their profile and I can see if they viewed mine if I've got my settings. So I kept it like that. I kept it on there so the people that I can't actually message can see that I've looked at their profile and they can check me out and see if there's anything interesting. But I also know that when you've got your profile, they can only see like the first 2 lines of it. They have to upgrade to see the rest of it. So actually it's really weird because I'm not sure if that Dutch guy actually could see all my profile or not, because I don't know if he's upgraded or not. Because I just, when he said about age, I thought it was weird he asked me about, as long as I don't mind the fact basically that he's younger. Because on that site I have to put my birth certificate age, which I absolutely hate. But I have to do it because that's like the rules of that site. But obviously he's 27, it didn't put him off, so that's quite good. I do like the fact that I've got a younger guy interested in me. It is nice, and the fact he's foreign, and I like his spiky hair, and the fact he seems quite a nice guy to talk to. But I don't know him at all. At all. I mean, why would I just get with a guy I don't know, you know? It just, like, I don't want that. And to be honest, I don't even know if going on Plenty of Fish is really worth it for me, you know? It's just like another thing to get distracted by. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather be getting into my work, and to be honest, because they message back and forth quite often, it's kind of like I need to keep going on the site, and then you get to see all sexuals all the time and all the guys that are like just looking for some fun, you know. I don't want anything serious. I'm just looking for something casual, like, oh, guys seeking fun times. Well, we all know that means sex. I don't know why they just don't put, I want sex, 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 sex. Oh, right, yes, this is an online brothel. Sorry, forgot about that. Sex, 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 sex. You know what I mean? It just makes me a bit sick. And the good thing about it is it just confirms my asexual identity more and more, though, because I don't obviously usually go on the sexual sites. And when I go on there, I just feel sick, you know? I'm like, ugh. It's just all sex. It's just disgusting, you know? And not, you know, like I can talk on this channel about sex, and it's in quite a calm, sort of intelligent, like, in you know, like intimate way. But when I go on sexual datings like that, it just makes me want to not talk about it as much, because it just makes me feel sick, you know? It's like, you know, the whole atmosphere on there is just, you know, the guys I can feel the sexual energy from the blooming internet. Do you know what I mean? I can just see these guys, and it's like, oh, you know, the poses they do as well. Mind you, I've seen some asexual guys do poses like that, but usually the ones that aren't really asexual. There was a guy who was in the UK, younger foreign guy. I think he was 20, 21 or something. He might even been younger than that. And he was interested in me, and he was in an asexual group. And he messaged me because he saw I was looking for a relationship. And then he was quite horrible, though. He like messaged me for an hour on Skype, and then when it came to Skype, he goes, "Oh, I'm busy now." I don't like guys like that. That's not a good guy for me. I'm not interested in a guy like that. And then I said to him, "Well, basically, you've had your chance. That's it. If you can't message me, I've never been on a dating site. Good for you, Michael." I mean, I usually have a rule of I don't go on heterosexual dating sites. I haven't been on a heterosexual dating site, I think, for years. I don't know the last time I was on a heterosexual dating site. Well, it's not actually, to be fair, it's not just heterosexuals, it's sexuals. It's got lesbians on there as well, women looking for women. And I did actually notice someone that was on an asexual dating site that I saw on there. But they're trans... Sorry, I'm just going to have some water. I saw them. They used the exact same picture. That's how I knew. And this is a transgender guy. So they're foreign, but they're a transgender guy. So a woman turned into a guy. And I saw that. And they live in my city. I saw that on one of the asexual dating sites like ages ago. I don't know how long. At least 8 months ago. So it was interesting. They put their transgender in their profile as well. So, and I saw someone on the site that I knew, a heterosexual guy that I know in person. I knew through business, but I mean, he's really not my type, but I know he used to like me. But, you know, he's too old for me, and his mindset isn't very good. He's very, very cynical, pessimistic guy a lot of the time. Like, I'm not even friends with him on Facebook. I couldn't hack it. I just like, you know, he's got very, very set views on things. Very, very, very cynical, like the world should be this, that, and the other. And, you know, he's a guy that doesn't really want to pay his council tax and uses an affidavit or whatever it's called. I can't even pronounce it. Aphrodisiac is, I can't even, affidavit, I don't know what it is. Anyway, to try and get out of paying council tax and say it's a legal way of doing it. And anyway, enough about him. So yeah, this Dutch guy is just like backwards and forwards messaging at the moment. I don't know him. It's really not my usual type, apart from his hair. I love his hair. I have to say his hair's nice when it's spiked up. That's my type of hair. But I do like to run my fingers through hair. But I'm not sure I could run my fingers through his hair because he's not really my type in other ways. Do you know what I mean? His face is not bad looking though. I mean, you know, at least it's half decent. Some of the guys on there, they're just gross. And you know that there's I was saying about that sexual guy, actually, wasn't I? About the one that I said would Skype me, and then all of a sudden he's like, I can't do it now. It wasn't just that. I went on his Facebook profile and I saw the fact that he said, oh, there's me and about a threesome. And I'm like, you're not asexual, mate. So I said, you're not asexual. I'm not interested in you. Please do not contact me again. Blocked him on Skype. And I texted him that on my phone saying, do not contact me. I thought it was disgusting. You know, he's going around posing as an asexual guy when he's, you know, clearly on his Facebook, he was on about threesomes. I mean, it was a while ago that he wrote that, but he's kept it on it. He's kept it on his Facebook profile. And he hadn't even, you know, got much up-to-date stuff on there. And I just thought it was disgusting. And he said something about a woman's only good for one thing, basically, as well, which was having sex. And I'm like, you know what I mean? I just like, can't be doing with guys like that. They're liars. They're big fat liars. I hate that. You know? So, yeah, I mean, to be honest, this guy on Plenty of Fish, I actually think he's the type that probably could live without sex. I don't know if he could live without forever, but because it seems to me like he hasn't, I still don't understand someone pretending to be asexual for sex. I know. It's just disgusting. Well, it's just disgusting. I mean, I don't know if they convince themselves that they're temporarily asexual or what, or I don't know what's going on in their head. I don't know if they just think I'll go on a dating site and not care just because it's a dating site. I mean, there are some people that are openly heterosexual on some asexual dating sites. You know, they'll say like, I'm straight, I'm not asexual, but I respect those people, you know, because there are a few asexuals that don't mind sex. So kind of like I understand, you know, and I think it's better in some ways. I think it'd be better on asexual dating sites if they had like a sexual choice. Do you know what I mean? Like heterosexual, even though, you know, I don't want heterosexuals on there really, or sexuals on there. I think it'd be better to have like a button where they can actually say what sexuality they are in terms of heterosexual or lesbian, gay and all that lot. Do you know what I mean? Because sadly there are people that go on there. I suppose there are asexuals that go on their sites as well, to be fair, in that way. But, you know, fundamentally when people don't want sex, it's like, why are sexuals on there? But, you know, when you're on Plenty of Fish, you can just see the poses in the guys, the way the guys look, the way they have their bodies. I know it's very stereotypical. You know, you just look at them, and when they go, oh, add me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat, it's like, oh, yeah, you just, like, want all the women on there to go, you know, to oodle over you. And it's like, I know it sounds really bad, but whenever a guy, like any type of guy, first contacts me and asks me for my Snapchat or, no, my WhatsApp number, that's it. If anyone asks me for my WhatsApp number, I usually always know that they're going to be sexual. 9 times out of 10, if someone's just met me and goes, what's your WhatsApp number? And it's a bloke, it means he's sexual, not asexual. I mean, there are actual asexual WhatsApp groups. But I just know it. I just know it with me. And I'm usually always right. I'm never wrong usually, you know, about these things, you know? It's like, oh, are you on WhatsApp? It's like sometimes when they say, oh, I haven't got Skype or I haven't got Facebook, but I'm on WhatsApp. I'm like, yeah, you're messaging all the women on there to get sex with them. I know. Carry on. I'm not interested. I'm not on WhatsApp. I'm so glad I'm not, because all I get is guys who are interested in sex or are pretending to be asexual going on there. I get sick of it, you know. All that I think a lot of them just use it for messaging women and the opposite sex. Do you know what I mean? It's just crazy. I just get that impression all the time. It's like, I'm really not interested. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm still on Plenty of Fish, but part of me, I did tell this guy, because this guy who's Dutch, I said to him, I said, well, I won't be staying on this site, I don't think, if it's just like, because he said to me that they're nearly all sexual on there. They nearly all want sex, was his words. Or they pretty much all want sex on here. And I'm like, yeah, I noticed that. And I said, that's why I probably won't stay on here very long, just to let you know. I'll probably will go off here. And that's when he said, well, he'd still be interested in me without sex. But because he finds it hard to get a girlfriend, it seems he's been on that site years. I think probably he will actually be with someone without sex. But like I said, how long that would last, I don't know. But he's not really my usual type. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I like the fact that he's 27. He looks really much younger though. Short, spiky hair. The fact he said he's a kind, sweet, caring guy, which I think may be true. And the fact that obviously he doesn't live far away from me, but he doesn't live in Exeter. I really want someone exactly in my city. And the said, in fact, in his profile, he said he helps people, likes to help people, and he's helpful. So I thought actually all those are good qualities, but I don't think they'd be something that a lot of women would be interested in, really. Do you know what I mean? The boy look one. A lot of women like manly men. I don't. I just can't do manly men. I just look at them and think, ugh. I don't know. I can almost smell their bodies from here, like being too manly. Do you know what I mean? By too sexual. It's like, get away from me. I don't know how to describe it, because I've been around those type of guys for like a lot of my life. I can kind of feel it come through the screen. It's a really weird experience. And it's kind of like you're just too sexual. It's like you're bathing in sex. Do you know what I mean? It's like your whole body persona is just saying, I'm sex on legs. Like, ugh. I don't know how to describe it. It's really weird. It's because I'm so used to heterosexuals in the past and the way they are. I kind of can feel it through the screen. If there was a 4D internet, I guess I'd probably feel it even more. But yeah, it's really bizarre. But I changed my profile around a bit so that the first two lines read that I'm not interested in sex, only romance, because like I said, I didn't realise unless they've upgraded the profile on Plenty of Fish, paid for the upgrade, they can't actually see the rest of your profile that you've written. They can only see the first two lines of basically what you're looking for, or well, it's about you. It's not even meant to be about what you're looking for. But they have got then they've got criteria underneath. It's basically just where you live and some generic stuff, like little stuff about you, like your star sign and your date of birth, I think is on there, and your hair and eye colour, things like that. And you have to describe yourself in one word and have to pick loads of different words. I just picked blogger because I thought that was the nearest thing to writing, really. And I do a lot of blogging, and I do a lot of vlogging on here. This is known as vlogging. So it's like a video blog. So I thought blogging pretty much covers quite a lot of stuff I do. So I just put blogger down. It's quite interesting, I think. But, part of me just wants to cringe because it's kind of like I'm on a heterosexual dating site. It's like, ugh. And it's like, I really feel I shouldn't be on there. And I feel like I'm kind of wasting my time. And do you know what I mean? Like, what's the point of even being on there? But the guy I'm talking to, even though he's Dutch, he's really young looking, I kind of think he's quite a nice person. He comes across as someone I wouldn't mind talking to for longer, really. But, it's kind of like I don't really want to stay on the site just for one person. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit odd. Anyway, I think I'll see how it goes. But I mean, I've got asexual guys to reply to. I've got about 2 or 3 messages I need to reply to that I haven't yet, asexual friends. But I'm kind of concentrating on my t-shirts. But, Plenty of Fish, setting up and everything. I must spend like 2.5 to 3 hours doing that. I think I've been on the site in total for about 3.5 hours today or more. That's the thing. It was quite spontaneous. I just decided to do it. I'm not always that spontaneous, I'm like usually quite reserved and take a while to think about things sometimes. But with that, it's quite spontaneous. It's like, well, yeah, let's just give it a go. My soulmate I'm supposed to meet this year. And it's a site that I can meet people in Exeter, and you can actually do by ethnicity, so I can pick Indian guys as well. And there are a few Indian guys, but I think I mentioned earlier, they're the ones that majority are just looking for fun, casual relationship. There's quite a lot of Indian students here. But it's like they all want pretty much sex, basically. And it's like, oh. And then what I did is I selected all the different nationalities that are basically not British. And I went through all them. And the majority of them were not looking for anything serious. Not looking for anything serious. Just for a bit of fun. Just casual. Not for anything serious. I'm like... And then there was a couple that just wanted to get married. So you've gone from the nothing serious, just casual, to the extreme of, yeah, I'm looking for someone to marry. I'm like, oh my goodness, one extreme to the other, you know? But again, you know, they're all going to be sexual. Pretty much a lot of the things in their profile, you know, the way they talk as well, some of them. It's like, oh, you know, like, for example, I mean, they didn't actually write this, but it's this type of thing. Oh, if you've never met God's gift to women, now you have. That type of thing they put. Do you know what I mean? They put, oh, if you've ever, you know, they put the type of thing that makes them, their ego so elated. Like, if you haven't found your, what was the, one guy put la boom boom. Let's get it, you know, basically let's have a la boom boom, which I think means let's have some sex. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and it's kind of like if you're looking for your whatever right now, here I am, come and get me. It's like, oh my Lord. You know what I mean? I mean, one guy put in his profile, you know, I said earlier that you can't put about sex in your profile. Well, this one guy, so that's why I changed it to not looking for romance, not sex in the end, because I thought, well, other people have put about stuff like this. Guy goes, I'm into hardcore masturbation. And he wrote this masturbation in great big letters. And basically he had his top off with just his trousers on. It's like, in other words, you are just totally into masturbation or obsessed with it. I'm like, oh, well, yep, go and do that to yourself. Keep me away from you. Thanks very much. Do you know what I mean? I know the heterosexual guy I dated for last year for 2 months. He had he had a strap-on vibrator, he told me, because obviously I told him I'm not having sex with him because I'm not interested in that. And he was on about masturbation. He goes, oh, don't get used to that, Sandra. It's addictive. And he goes, don't get addicted to it. It's really bad for you. He goes, I go home every day and strap on a vibrator that basically masturbates him. You know, he straps it on a strap-on like masturbator. So I can't do nothing but laugh. And he used to do that every time he got home. So I know some people use vibrators that are asexual as well, but I find it hilarious. I can't take it seriously, sorry. I mean, seriously, I just find it funny. I just have this vision. Why I don't want to know, but I don't have the vision of his thing. I just have to. Well, yeah, actually, just popped up in my head because he flashed at me one time. But I don't want to know about that. But I just find it funny that someone spends a whole day at work and then goes home and eats something, watches TV, doesn't do much else. He said, and then just straps that on. I just find that hilarious. I'm like, is that all your life's about, mate? Oh my gosh, it's just funny. It's early in the morning as well. I get a bit giddy at this time of night when I have had a bit of a lack of sleep and got high on music all day. Because even though I'm doing t-shirts, I've got music as well that I've been listening to. Anyway, I think I'm going to love you and leave you for tonight. Today, Sunday. That's going to be my live stream today. Hopefully, I'm just going to do the one today because I've got loads of t-shirts to upload later on and I need to focus. And I don't know how long I'll last on Plenty of Fish, to be quite honest. It makes me feel very nervous, very sick, and like I really shouldn't be on it, and I just want to run away. So, yeah, thanks, Michael. Thanks for the thumbs up. If anyone else wants to give me a thumbs up, that'd be fantastic, because it does help to share the video in search engines. The search engines really do pick these videos up. It helps raise awareness of asexuality. It's brilliant because also it keeps me doing more and more of these videos for you because I know you like them. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button now. Please hit the bell icon. Oh, hi, Felicity. Thanks very much for tuning in. Really nice to see you. Nice. Really nice. And don't forget the thumbs up would be appreciated, Felicity. That's great if you can. I do love that. It really helps to raise awareness of asexuality as well. And thanks, Michael, for the thumbs up. Thanks for watching. And until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's, and I will see you on the next live stream. And I'll give you another update on Plenty of Fish when I've gone on there, but I want to try not to be on there all the time because it's a bit too distracting. Anyway, thanks for the thumbs up. Lots of love. Bye. Nice to see you. Bye.